I think if you smile and you're happy, it makes other people happy.
Yeah.
I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in energies.
I was waiting for the right one, but she won't come. Continue waiting or do what?
If she won't come, is she the right one?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Third Wheeling Podcast. I'm here with Ashanti, and today we have Markian as our guest star with us. You guys may know him from social media and his Smile group, Smile Squad. They are huge on pretty much every single social media platform with millions of followers. You've probably seen them before. If you've never heard of them, you've still seen them. And so, yeah, thanks for jumping on board with us today, man.
Oh, thank you. Nice to be here. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So how's everything been, man?
Good. Life is great. I get a lot of fulfillment from my work and making videos and growing the company. And I play soccer, so have a healthy routine. So in general, life is great.
How's the soccer team coming?
Good. They train Monday to Friday, 2.5 hours every morning. So it starts my day off great, get that healthy routine and a little exercise. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. I could not wake up that early and play 2 hours.
I can't even work out every day. I used to, but since COVID or since quarantine, I haven't. I did track, volleyball, and I ran every single day, and now I can't even get myself to work out.
I feel that. I did the same thing. As soon as quarantine hit, all our gyms closed and everything.
Yeah. So especially being out here, it's here, it's harder to navigate places, having to Uber everywhere. I'm not going to Uber every day until I go to the gym.
Uber everywhere.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a rant. But actually, I do have another rant for us today as well.
Yeah.
So we had our last episode, or one of our last episodes, where I believe Ace had mentioned that he was super scared of double texting. And I just want to go on a complete moral tangent about double texting right now because I feel very strongly about this subject.
So as in you texted someone and they hadn't responded, but you really want to... get in touch with them. So
you still want to reach out.
Okay.
Now, would you consider that? Would you double text? Would you consider that a good or a bad thing?
To a girl that you liked.
What time frame are we talking? Because I think that matters.
Time frame does matter. Let's say in the beginning it's your crush. You met her, took her on a couple of dates.
So you texted her. You didn't hear anything back. It's been like a day and a half later. Maybe 2 days.
No, I would accept that. I would do that.
You would do that. Okay.
Yeah, just in case. Triple text, no. Triple text, that's gone.
I would always double. I don't really mind double texting, but triple text, I feel like maybe they're just not interested. Or
Yeah, I was gonna say there should be no shame in a double text, and I want to be very firm about that.
I feel like double texted a lot.
I double text a lot, or you double text?
No, the way he said that, he was like, "There's no shame."
There's no shame in a double text. No, so well, I don't think I double text too much, but I think that when I do, I'm never concerned about it to some degree because I think that the whole scared part of a double text is oh, I don't want to be creepy. I don't want to bug this person.
Yeah.
But one let's say you don't hear back from somebody for one time. They could have been busy. I'm busy all the time and I forget to text people back. So maybe that's just a me problem. But sometimes, and I'm sure you get the same way and you get the same way. But it's if you get caught up, sometimes you get busy or something happens and you don't have a chance to respond, or maybe you do type out a message and then some other notification pops on and you click it and get distracted and forget about it.
Yeah.
So that happens to me all the time. Well, I do it all the time by accident. And so I think that shooting a double text, there's no shame in it. But the problem is creepy is when you don't get a message from somebody. It's if you hit them back twice and you don't hear anything back, they're sending you a message.
Yeah.
They might not have to say anything, but that's a message.
So you're saying if it's been a day, then you double text. What if it's been 3 hours?
I would wait a little bit personally, just a little bit.
So what's the cutoff? A day?
Yeah, where you don't want to double text within the day.
Yeah.
No, if something crazy popped up or something, maybe you could shoot a double text. At least in my opinion, I would. But I think that anything after a day would probably be safe too. Just maybe someone's having a busy day. But I think the whole thing of oh, I don't want to be creepy is that's only if you send 2 texts, that person doesn't respond. They just sent you a message and then you hit them back with a third. It's that person doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's that's creepy. You send 4 or 5, send 17 or 18, 19, 20 texts. That's really creepy. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Don't think about doing that.
That's a lot.
I don't know if I'm young, but like I do where I'm like, I don't necessarily have to double text because like I'll go on Snapchat and I texted someone and they haven't replied. I'll say like an hour and I'm really trying to like get something out of them, like an answer or like I want to go somewhere or hang out. Then I'll like type because it's in the notification that I'm typing.
Oh,
but then I won't actually send anything.
Okay, so you have like little teases, little reminders. You might like a photo. You know, it's not a full message, but it's like, hey, remember me?
Yeah.
You're just kind of like tapping them on the shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
Ashanti secret tip number 1.
Yeah.
So you don't think there's any shame in it either, then?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not at all.
And you as well, then.
I know. I'm on the same page with you.
Yeah. So the jury is out. 3 out of 3 content creators suggest a double text is classy. Anything more than that, you are not getting the message.
True.
And I think that's all about that rant. But I felt very strongly last time when Ace was like debating. I was like, I want to set the record straight.
Right.
I think I told him last time, I was like, no, like you get a pass for a double text. I'm like, I don't even think there's a pass. I think it's a membership card. You can double text. It's totally fine.
Anyone.
Anybody can double text. That's cool.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So kind of branching off that question too, you had a pretty big video a while back that was like how to compliment your girlfriend. Yeah. And you made actually, do you want to just describe it for everybody? Yeah,
this was with my ex-girlfriend, my first girlfriend. I had this idea to, I guess, kind of do something nice or do something special. So what I did is she worked at a Greek restaurant, like kind of like a fast food, Rodini Park.
Oh, no way.
I asked 3 strangers on the street to go and give her a compliment.
Yeah.
To hopefully make her day in terms of like, wow, like 3 random people just came and gave me a compliment. So I did that. That was fun. She came back. I actually revealed that I set that up, which I probably shouldn't have because a lot of the comments were like, why would you say that? My thinking was like, she would have seen the video anyways. But the part that really got to people was I made a jar with 100 things that I loved about her. And I just wrote it into like small paper notes. I scrunched them all up into this jar. And she teared up, and then this video got like 50 million views on Facebook.
Wow.
So people really love that. And I'm sure there are a lot of maybe girlfriends who are like sending it to their boyfriends like, hey, here's an idea.
Yeah.
I was going to say the entire world just swooned over that. Yeah.
Wait, so do you post on Facebook or do you like post on like TikTok and then use that video that you posted on TikTok to like repost it on Instagram or Facebook?
We mainly make Facebook and YouTube videos and then repurpose it to TikTok. And we'll make other TikTok videos as well. But this was 2 or 3 years ago, so TikTok wasn't even.
That's right.
So I was going to say, how do you like grow off of Facebook? I feel like maybe I'm just not old. Oh. No, I'm kidding.
You're super young.
I just got Facebook like a month ago.
But well,
I don't know how you grow off of it. How do you?
It's a whole other world. That's for sure. The good thing about it is that it has the best shareability functions. It's the easiest. I wouldn't say it's the easiest platform to grow. I would say it's TikTok, but you can share. It has this virality feature, which is like the share button, which other platforms don't have. And it just takes time. It takes a lot of content, but it monetizes as well. So like YouTube, whereas TikTok and Instagram don't monetize directly through ads.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Actually, I think Instagram did just drop a feature recently, or they're like playing with it, but
it's never really been.
It's not like a mainstream thing.
No.
Yeah. But that's crazy. And
that's cool because I always see the Facebook videos that like blow up.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's like YouTube. I feel like it's gonna be so hard. Like you have to actually put in work to like grow on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely requires a lot of time.
On TikTok, you just gotta look or dance, look good or dance. I feel like.
Yeah, in order to get a following.
On TikTok, you don't really have to do much to get a following on TikTok.
But what I'm curious about is how either loyal is that audience, how strongly do they feel connected to the creators, let's say to attractive girls who dance, which there are many, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, is it sustainable long term, or is it kind of just a short term rush and then you build an audience and that sets you up?
Yeah, like
Definitely
how loyal is that fan base? Right. Yeah. That's a good question. I guess we'll find out.
Well, I do think it's short term. I mean, I think it helps with you build connections off of that, and that can like branch you into other things and like to acting or modeling, and then you could grow off of that. But just looking pretty on an app, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it really depends on you can take a look at someone's audience too. If they're like a dancer or something like that, you can take a look at someone's video or like their comment section. I think that's a really big indicator of like how loyal is this fan base. Yeah. Because if you just see a bunch of dudes in the comments or a bunch of girls like just with like a bunch of like hard eyes and squirt emojis and stuff, I mean, it's like it's very clear like that person's not going to be able to convert that into like sales or anything like that. Like those people are just interested in like one thing specifically.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at that like comment base and it's like, oh, like you were here, like we just like watched you at this other restaurant and like now you're at this restaurant. It's like they're keeping up with you then and like they know your personal life. I think if they're about you personally, like we know a couple people that have fan bases like that.
Yeah, that's
too.
what I was gonna say. I was gonna mention that. I was like, okay, so there's people who you think like don't try hard because they look pretty, but what about the people who just set up their phones and talk? Is that trying hard to you, or is because they build a crazy fan base because the fan base learns their personality, so they like gain like I'm trying to like you know who I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know what people I'm saying, but I don't know if you know because you're probably not on that side of TikTok. Like there's someone who will just like they'll put their phone up and talk to the camera and get probably like 200, 300,000 followers. And just for saying, hey, oh my gosh, I'm eating this ice cream bowl. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that
like, you know
works?
What I mean? Yeah. I used to live with 3 of them, actually.
Wow.
So it's like, dang, it like makes you look, so I'm like, not that they're not trying hard, because they do try hard like on their main accounts, but it's like, gosh, I like freaking try so hard and I like set up my videos like, oh my gosh, I want to do this and this, and then it like doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's like the difference between like, so you cannot try hard and get famous, but then trying hard is considered like sitting.
Bad too.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think that is still trying hard to some degree though, because like to the degree that they're posting content is like miraculous. Like they post like 40 TikToks a day or something, like absurd numbers. And it's just like just sheer content about someone's life and their everyday. And like you're creating like, if you're watching that much content from somebody, you're really invested in like someone's personal life.
Yeah.
And that creates like a strong following base. Like if you're dedicated and you want to know what kind of cereal someone's eating, like you really like that person. Like
that's true.
And that person could probably sell you on anything, or like probably influences like the way you talk, the way you act. And that's an amazing thing and an amazing power to have. Just like that sheer, and that's really where like influencer and like influencing is coming from. So I think that's still hard. Like I could not TikTok 40 times a day if I tried. I think even if I actually tried, I think it would take me too long. I wouldn't be able to do it with that speed and that efficiency.
But I do think that is the best way to gain like a fan base, because a lot of like Colty, one of my other housemates, he has like 10 million followers but doesn't have a fan base. So
he makes like good content.
Yeah, he makes really good content where he goes out for like hours and hours a day and has to film and wait like 24 hours to get his results for something, just for like a 15-second video. But he doesn't build a fan base because they're just not really interested in his personal life, and like him as a person, they're kind of just like want to know what happens 24 hours after the gumballs in the water. Yeah. And so, and then someone who like talks their camera 40 times a day, people get really invested with their personality. And so they build a fan base.
How do you think you've got people invested into your channel? Because you have such a loyal following as well. Like, what do you think set that apart for you?
Centering our content around a why, around a purpose, a mission. And that's for us is to bring the world together one smile at a time. So I feel like people can align themselves much stronger with a mission or a purpose rather than with a person. Yeah. Meaning you might watch Yes Theory and say, I really resonate with leaving my comfort zone, rather than Thomas is a big part of my life, for example, or any other creator example. So that's what we try and do, is like lead with our mission, represent lots of identities with our comedy skits, with our vlog channel is always like celebrating different communities around the world, showing the power of smiling and living life with a positive attitude. And I think that's what people resonate with ultimately.
Yeah. And I feel like, too, that allows you to capture a worldwide demographic. Like, your audience is from all over the world. Yeah. And not many people can do or say that, you know? That's
especially with our comedy videos. I think the reason why that is because our comedy skits are very intentionally universal in terms of very action-based instead of dialogue-based, meaning you don't have to speak English to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
A big inspiration for me for the comedy channel is Mr. Bean. You know, everyone around the world knows Mr. Bean, loves Mr. Bean. You don't have to speak English. He can be at any age, any gender. Like Mr. Bean is universal. So that's what we try and do with our comedy videos.
That's a great comparison, actually. Like, yeah, and he pulled a lot from like silent films and like Charlie Chaplin and like very physical based humor. So that's awesome. I've actually never like dissected like the videos to that point, but that's an amazing comparison.
It's smart, very smart.
So, you know, your girlfriend or anybody in general, like from that video, so you kept her smiling. Like, how would you say, like, whether it's like someone like you're special to, significant other, someone you're seeing, or just like people off the street in general, like, how do you keep people smiling, you think? Like, is there a key secret universally for that, or does it depend?
I think if you smile and you're happy, it makes other people happy.
Yeah.
I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in energies. I mean, in the sense that if you put out positive energy, you get positive energy back.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own term for this, whether it's karma, whether it's fate, God, you know, it's like science, whatever it is. But yeah, I believe in that. And I think that you attract, you know, the energy that you put out. So if you live life with a positive attitude and enter new rooms with a smile and you say hi to people, then you're going to be reciprocated with that energy.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's really good.
I feel like a lot of people could actually like, you know, take that to heart. And I feel like that's kind of why you blew up to that degree, you know, it's like, it's very universal.
Yeah. I'm grateful that I can center my brand and Smile Squad around this like awesome thing, you know, like to make people smile. Like what a great mission to have. So I feel lucky in that sense.
Oh my God. Awesome. I have a question too. We can do it after this, but let's do our game segment first.
Okay.
And then we can dive into some more like content creator questions and stuff like that with you.
Let's do it.
So today we have a little trivia game for you that we've prepared. And it's about, so you travel a lot, you know about a lot of different cultures.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing a little pop quiz here from some geography websites.
Ooh, okay.
And so the first one I'm going to start you with is a quick word association game. Some of these are very simplified, but it's basically like a speed challenge.
Okay.
Where I'm going to give you like 2 to 3 words and you have to guess immediately what country has that association.
Oh,
Some of them are very simple. Some of them are almost oversimplification. Some of them are a little more complicated.
Give me the hard ones.
So yeah, I'm competitive.
So
we're warming you up, and Ashanti's got the really hard ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get it. All right. Question 1, or country number 1.
Yes.
Uncle Sam superpowers Coca-Cola.
America.
Oh
Ding,
my
ding.
God.
I only know that from Coca-Cola, but okay.
Maple Leaf, Mounties, Moose.
Canada.
Wow.
Nice. Another one. Yogurt, Acropolis, Santorini.
Greece.
I'm gonna have to hide my questions.
I'm
I
not
think
looking
you're
at
genuinely getting these though. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. The Andes, Tierra del Fuego, Easter Island.
Ooh. I'm thinking South America.
I will say that is a correct assumption.
I mean, you had Spanish in there. What was the Spanish word?
So Tierra del Fuego and Easter Island.
And the first one?
Andes.
Is that a mountain range?
Yeah, Andes
Yeah.
Mountains.
I don't know where. I'm just gonna say Chile.
That was on the head, dude. You got it.
It's Chile?
Yeah.
How
Let's
would you?
go.
How, does that,
Let's
how do you
go.
just guess that? I don't understand, but
I told you he was good. Like Ashanti was looking at the
I was
questions
like, that's
beforehand.
even hard for me.
She was like, these are gonna be tough, and I was like, he's gonna get some of these.
You don't know about my background. It's very international.
It really is. So alpine skiing, Mozart coffee.
Switzerland.
No, it was close. This one actually tripped me up too. Austria, which is close by.
Yeah.
I would guess that.
Tequila, chupacabra, Tenochtitlan.
Mexico.
Ding ding. Beer, bratwurst, Bach.
Germany.
What the heck?
Coffee, Shakira, Tijo.
Colombia.
Nice. Do you actually know what Tijo the game is?
No.
Okay, it's like a traditional sport played with gunpowder and something else, I believe. It's intense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Highly recommend looking it up. It's like there's like nudist articles and stuff on it. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Ferrari, Tuscany, Gnocchi.
Gnocchi. Italy.
Thank you. I am clearly not as cultured. Fjords, oil, Winter Olympics.
Norway.
Wow. Dude, that's impressive.
Yeah, I knew it was Scandinavia. It could be Finland, Sweden. But I went. It's Norway.
Yeah, it's Norway, and like oil is like their primary export, I believe.
Yeah.
Gandhi, Ganges, cricket.
India.
Nice. Manga and Shinto.
Japan.
Yep. Genghis Khan, nomads, and steppe.
What was it again?
Genghis Khan, nomads, and steppe. Steppe.
Okay, Genghis Khan is the one. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna say China.
It's really close. Mongolia.
That was on my mind. That was on my mind.
Genghis Khan was the big conqueror. He led a bunch of conquests around that area.
Yeah.
Indus River and K2.
No, I don't know that one.
Okay, these are geographical spots, but that is Pakistan.
Okay.
K2 is the second highest mountain range.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's a really interesting name for a mountain.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Springboks, Biltong, and Afrikaans.
Some African country. Don't know which one. I'm gonna say Kenya.
South Africa.
Okay.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can at least pinpoint that general locale, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Stonehenge, David Beckham.
England.
Easy. That's a wrap. So we warmed you up. You were basically, I think, you got all but two. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really impressive.
And not to make your life harder.
Yeah.
but-
Now, Ashanti's coming in
I don't even know
with
if
the
I can
heat.
read these questions. That's how hard this is.
I like this game.
Which country has the largest train station in Europe? More than 1,500 different kinds of beer, and famously has motorways with no speed limits.
Germany with the Autobahn. Autobahn. That's the highway.
Which country is the smallest in the world by both area and population is found within Rome and Italy?
Vatican City.
Which country declared independence from Spain in 1516, has a currency called the peso, and went to war with Britain over the Falkland Islands?
Independence from Spain. Is that what you said?
Independence from Spain, and has a currency called peso.
Well, Spain's currency before the euro was pesos, but I'm gonna say Portugal. Not Portugal.
No,
What is it?
Argentina.
Okay. So from the old colonization periods.
Sure. Which country is the biggest in the world by land area, sits on 2 continents, and has the bear as one of its national animals?
Russia.
Which country is home to the Little Mermaid statue, has lots of islands, and is the birthplace of Hans Christian Andersen?
I don't know that one.
Denmark.
Denmark.
Ah.
Interesting.
I could see Little Mermaid being a thing there.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
could see
cool.
that.
Yeah, that is weird.
I mean, that's where it derived from, I believe, a folktale. I may be incorrect on this, but I believe it derived from a folktale or something.
It's got to do with movies. I don't know it.
Yeah.
That's
We
my
need Ace on
weakness.
this.
That's my weakness.
Okay, which country borders America, Belize, and Guatemala, has a red, green, and white flag, and features the Mayan ruins of Chichen Itza?
Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay. Which island nation has a capital called Wellington and is the birthplace of Sir Edmund Hillary, who climbed Mount Everest in 1953?
New Zealand.
Nice.
How do you know this? Okay, which country has nearly 50,000 islands off of Ford Cove coastline, famously invented skiing, and plays host to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee?
Has islands and skiing?
Has islands coastline, invented skiing, and plays host to the Nobel Prize.
Wow.
No, it has nearly 50,000 islands off of Ford carved coastline.
Fjord.
If we maybe Norway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I just associate that word with Norway.
Yeah.
Fjords. Yeah.
You just check to see if
Yeah.
it's cheating.
Like, there's no way. Which country has the oldest capital city in Europe, hosted the Olympic Games, and is often described as the cradle of Western civilization?
Is it Turkey?
No.
Actually, that's close. Though.
Italy?
Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Only a couple
Turkey's
more
actually a
questions.
pretty close one on that.
Yeah.
Which country has a city known as the I can't say this.
It looks like Jacaranda. Jacaranda.
Okay.
Jacaranda City has a currency called the rand and 11 official languages.
The rand.
11?
I feel like I should know the rand and 11 languages. So countries that have a lot of languages would be like China, India has a lot. Rand.
Jacaranda City.
I'm gonna India.
No.
It's
It does sound like
It does sound actually, yeah. South Africa specifically, which would make sense
okay.
because that's such a conglomeration of cultures there.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had 11 languages.
I know,
though.
that's why I was like 11.
Crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not India's currency. So.
Yeah, India's would be the rupee.
Yeah, India's rupee. Yeah, you're right.
Which country borders China, is the 15th most populous country in the world, and was divided into two countries from 1954 to 1975.
Which 15th most populous
Yeah.
country, and borders China.
Yes.
Oh, and which country did it split?
It is divided into two countries, yes.
At what year?
1954 to
Okay,
1975.
that's Korea. Like-
No.
Oh, it's not Korea.
Vietnam, probably. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Vietnam.
It was one of those two, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could have been
Was
either one of
Korea,
those.
Korea might have been a little bit beforehand, I think, or a little. I don't know what the
Yeah,
like,
I was
time
gonna-
period.
I was
Maybe
saying, like, North
slightly
Korea.
beforehand. Yeah.
I used to be like, even growing up, I used to be so obsessed with the fact of like how other countries would take in the U.S. and I would watch like videos all day about how people in the United Kingdom, they just go out and talk to people about what do you think U.S. is like, and they're like just pretty much beautiful movie stars everywhere, and like it's so weird to think of how people think of the U.S. and I love listening about stuff like that. And I did like a weird video where I would like order like food and snacks from different countries.
Yes.
And like try them, and that was fun. I liked that.
What was your favorite one?
I did China with my friends, and this was like a long time ago, like when I thought I could start YouTube. But I don't know. There was like these snacks that had like chocolate in the middle, and then like these crackers on top. But they had this really nasty drink. I don't know. Their
Not
food,
for
it's
you.
just so it's so different. Everything's so different from the U.S. U.S. is so sugary and greasy.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
like it.
yeah, you get used to it. What was your favorite snack from China?
Well, I would say from Hong Kong, because that's where I lived. Pineapple buns, bolo bao, are like
That sounds good.
delicious. It's kind of like a bun, kind of like you'd get at a bakery, like a pastry. It has this kind of sugar coating on top. Yeah, I don't know why the pineapple.
I was gonna say, is pineapple in
Yeah.
there? Or?
comes from? No,
No, okay. Maybe it
It's
looks
kind of like a sweet
pineapple.
bun.
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah. It
Well,
was.
yo, thank you for playing through our game with us. I mean, we're blown away. We hope the viewers learned something too. I learned some things.
Right.
I was clearly wrong on a couple questions myself.
Those are tough.
But yeah, to thank you, man. We actually have a gift. Hey, Matt.
Ooh,
Oh, we got it. Here we are. Yeah.
what is this?
So, I know you like to travel a lot. You like fine dining and food and
Yeah.
wine. Here you go. This is from our brand sponsor, actually, but
Really?
specifically hooked up for you as well.
Oh my god, this is a wine bottle.
It is.
Nice.
This is actually this is brought to you by Ashton Creek Vineyards over in Virginia, actually my home state as well.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's awesome.
I've been getting into wine, over the last year. I have a nice, glass of wine at night. Apparently that's healthy, right?
It is actually, yeah, good for blood flow, and they were saying like arteries and heart health.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I had a feeling, especially with how much like you like, different dining and cultures and food and stuff. Trying especially a wine from like Virginia is like actually I think the second or third largest wine state in the U.S.
Really?
Obviously, California reigns dominant, but it's definitely another one out there, and it's like totally worth trying. It's really, really good.
Nice. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, dude. So yeah, thanks for playing through. We do have a couple other questions for you here, just regarding like life itself, the deeper things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But yeah, so like, obviously you travel a lot, man. Like what sort of countries have you been to? Like, I'm sure it's a list. Can you list them out?
Yeah, it's a list for sure. But I would say the continents that I know best would be like Asia and Europe. We'd be here for a while if
Yeah.
I listed them out. But
Can we
I'd
just say all?
say my favorite country is probably Japan. I love traveling there. India has such a rich culture. Like it's a whole world of its own. It's amazing. Vietnam, my family's been a couple times, and it's rare because we usually like to try new places. So that means we really liked it.
Yeah.
Spain, just the culture. I see myself living there. Like I love the European energy. It's just a little more laid back. Probably not great for working. Like I'm in the best place for working and pursuing my career right now in LA. But yeah, the world has so many amazing experiences to offer, and each culture has its own beauty and traditions. And at the same time, you realize how similar we all are. You know.
Yeah.
And if you haven't maybe had that exposure, you might feel like different countries or different people are feel like aliens. You know.
Yeah.
You have no grasp of what the world is like, so you're not able to connect. But actually, if you go there, you talk to people, you realize we're all kind of the same.
I was gonna say there's a lot of like universal commonalities pretty much between anybody or any culture, really. So I'm sure like getting to actually see that firsthand is like insane.
Yeah, I love it. I love traveling.
Wait, so what about Japan specifically? You listed that as one of your top faves.
I think it's one of the most unique cultures, and it's rare that I kind of go to a country and I'm lost, and that's how I felt in Japan, and I loved it. It's like a video game. You don't understand any of the writing. Everything's electronic. There's vending machines with hot foods in there. There's no trash cans. Everything's super clean. The toilets are robotic. Like there's so many cool things about the culture. So
It's different.
Yeah, super unique.
So cool.
That's so cool. I think, and a lot of people get like really inspired by that creatively too. I think, didn't The Weeknd have a whole album like dedicated to Japan? Because he said when he went there, he actually said the same thing. I think he said it was like the closest he's been to feeling like a complete foreigner somewhere. And it's like, yeah, he says like everything's like different. So that sounds so cool.
Yeah.
So with languages, you said, so do you speak how many languages or?
Speak English, Spanish, and French.
Okay.
A little Russian.
A little
nice.
Russian.
Yeah.
So, and also with traveling, did you ever get a chance to go to like school, or was that like, or were you homeschooled?
No, I went to a French school when I was living in Russia for my first 7 years, then a British school in Spain, and a British school in Hong Kong. So that's where I finished high school.
Wow. That's pretty cool. So you finished out high school in Hong Kong then?
Yeah. My last 2 years, my family was like, you know what? Why not just move to Hong Kong and have a new experience?
So what about living there? Did you learn any of their language? Or?
Yeah. So they speak Cantonese in Hong Kong, but I took some Mandarin classes. I can't say I speak that much. Yeah, but Mandarin is just like the universal.
Yeah. Because I took Mandarin.
Chinese.
I took Mandarin in high school too. As well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but it's not. I could not go to China and or anywhere that I couldn't speak.
It'd be hard to navigate.
Yeah,
and even those languages, a lot of our European languages don't have tones, but Cantonese, Mandarin, Vietnamese, these languages have tones, meaning you could say one word in 4 different ways and it would mean 4 different things.
Whoa.
Wow.
For example, there's ma, and ma. Like, so those are 4 different words, for example.
It's almost like
pitch.
pitch.
Yeah.
So it's like you could go higher, lower pitches, and it changes does volume count as well?
No.
Or is it strictly pitch?
Just, the tone, the inflections, yeah. So that adds a whole other layer of complexity to learning a language.
That's so cool, though. I feel like that's the only language that has that, right?
No, there's several.
There's several.
But Mandarin, I believe, it has 4 tones.
So how is English the hardest to learn? If there's stuff like that.
There's like all sorts of exceptions in English, I believe, right?
Yeah,
that makes it the difficult.
Probably. I don't know what the most difficult language is, but yeah, I could see English being tough in some aspects, and then like the tones that in like Chinese, and then the writing in Chinese is, each word has its own symbol, so there's no necessarily an alphabet.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long do you think it would take to legitimately, especially you as coming there and moving there, how long did it take for you to learn enough to at least be acquainted with the language and the writing and stuff?
Well, in Hong Kong, you get around by speaking English. You don't need to speak Chinese at all.
Oh, wow.
They used to be a British colony, so a lot of English speakers, a lot of British people, and the locals will know a little bit of English. Mm-hmm. But my mom, she learned Cantonese.
Wow.
She just took classes every day for a year or something like that, and then she was just speaking with the waiters and
Fine.
yeah.
Wow.
My parents both know 6 languages or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's super impressive.
Where are
it
they
is
right
crazy.
now? Are they in a?
They're in Spain.
They live there.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know. My mom lives in Oklahoma. She's in Vegas right now.
Nice.
So, what was growing up in Spain like for you too, man?
It was awesome. Yeah, so beautiful. The quality of life is awesome. I lived by the beach, playing soccer. Like, I can't complain. And I had my British friends because I went to a British school. And I also had my Spanish friends from like my soccer teams. So in general, it's just a laid back culture. You eat dinner at 9, 10 o'clock. There's siestas during the day. Like different.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you partied more, had more fun there? In that
I
aspect?
didn't party much, but a huge party.
Okay.
Yeah, people party a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
That's
want to
so
go.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the concept of siesta a lot. I could really use that in my life.
Yeah, it does sound nice.
That's so cool. Was there any like culture shock or challenges like moving? I mean, obviously you've been so many other places beforehand, but like coming to America specifically, was there anything like, especially like different from like Spain or America that like you had to like get used to or something?
Personally, no, because I've been to the U.S. before traveling, and also when you travel a lot, like you become adaptable. You become. It's very easy for me to move into a whole different country and be able to adapt.
Yeah.
And it's always funny when I hear someone from maybe like Texas who moves to the U.S. for college, and they're like, the time difference, or like have to adapt to this new life, which I understand. If that's that's the one spot you've been your whole life, I can understand that. But it's just funny, like for international students who come from the other side of the world, from a different language speaking country. So
that's a big gap.
Like an hour difference is nothing to them.
Yeah.
What time do you have to like call your family? Like in LA time or Spain time?
It's tough. It's tough because when I go to bed, that's when they start to wake up, and then when they go to bed, that's when I start to wake up. So 10 a.m., 11, that's when.
Gotcha. And what time would that be for them too?
Like 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Oh, wow. So it's literally almost a full day's gap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
tough.
cool.
It's tough.
So, I mean, like all this inspired you to like create and like, make Smile Squad like the way it is today. Obviously, like, you started this channel like by yourself first, right?
Yeah.
So how did it start specifically? Like, what was your first video ever? I'm kind of curious.
It was called, besides my intro video.
Okay. So you made an intro video first, literally.
Hey guys, this is what you can expect from my channel. Yeah. I started making business video, like the business of YouTube. And that's because I created this website for YouTubers. It was called Subscriber Club. That's what led me to create a YouTube channel.
Oh.
So my first videos were about the business of YouTube. And I was making videos like how to make money on YouTube, keeping in mind I made $0. I made no money. So I quickly moved away from that. Then started doing vlogs in Hong Kong, and then transitioning to the US, started doing comedy skits. And that's when Smile Squad like really took off.
Oh, that's so cool. And I mean, you guys had a boom like within the last like several years, really, for Smile Squad, especially where like you added on board a bunch of creators and stuff. When was that specifically?
So I made my first hire 2 years ago, and now we're a team of 15 people.
Oh,
that's a big business.
Yeah, that's a big team.
It's brought our channel from getting, let's say, maybe 20 million views a month to 300 million views a month.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Having a team just, one, allows you to get much more output, right? We're posting 7 videos a week instead of 1, because when I'm alone, I can only do 1 video a week. And then having a team, we just get new ideas, new creative, pitches and concepts, and everyone brings their own element. So I love my team and grateful for them.
That's so cool. So you've always been like business minded then too.
Yeah, that's always been kind of my passion is entrepreneurship, and I get it all from my dad because he's an entrepreneur. I've learned everything about business from him. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Are there any like I mean, there are obviously a ton of challenges, but like, what are some specific challenges you have to deal with daily, especially when you're scaling so big? Like, was it tough for you like to like creatively like let go, or like was that pretty easy? Is it like the hard part managing people? Like, I'm curious on your end, like
managing people. That's a whole new skill that I had never done before, and like requires, you're responsible for the biggest part of these people's lives, which is their career, and like being a boss, what kind of personality are you? Are you very strict? Are you a little more laid back? Like things you probably wouldn't think about, but that I had to think about when I was when I had people working for me. But yeah, managing people, we've kind of, once we've built systems that, become a lot more smooth, and we have workflows and everyone knows kind of what they're doing, which helps a lot. Creatively, always trying to think of the next idea is something we always need to keep like making sure we're doing. And then growing our new vlog channel is tough, like growing any YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's all fulfilling. For me, I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
Like if I wasn't doing this, or because I'm doing this, I get so many learning opportunities and growth opportunities.
Yeah.
In terms of negotiating a contract or delegating work or hiring someone, like I get so much. Yeah, I'm able to learn from all those experiences.
Learn how to be a boss.
A boss. So do you have any like tips or suggestions or recommendations for anybody who's watching this and is like, I want to do the same thing or something similar? Like, do you have any like suggestions for them?
Yeah. I'd say in general, when it comes to social media, treat it like a business. I think firstly, it is business, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to grow is if you really, treat it that way and think about systems and think about goals and pushing yourself to continue to innovate and strategize. And it requires that patience. Like it's like creating a startup. It's not going to blow up overnight.
Yeah.
So you just got to put in that work and that time.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard work and time and patience that's required, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like we don't know.
No.
I'm trying to seem like a neutral party right now.
I feel like a lot of other people to be patient. I'm just like, I want to see results now. I just made that video. It took this long. I wanted, obviously, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the hard part. And like, I feel like a lot of like social media platforms know that too. And like, that's why they ping you with notifications, like check how your video is doing right now and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like, especially on like TikTok and stuff, it's hard not to check your TikTok as soon as you post it or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's a journey, but it leads to like great opportunities, and you can scale very big in a way that maybe a traditional job wouldn't be able to give you room for growth in that way.
Yeah. Like you can grow as large as you want, there's
right.
nothing.
Technically there's no limit on how many followers you can have or how many views you can get.
Yeah.
And you're your own
cool.
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely nice.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Yeah. Thanks for that. And so we do have one other section if you're down to partake with us.
Yeah.
And this is our audience involvement section. We asked our followers to send us some questions and anything related to like dating, relationships, entertainment. So we got some questions. We're going to start with just like a couple of them today. We just had a few trickle in for the first for this one. We have a bunch more lined up as well. And some of those are pretty juicy.
All right.
So yeah, let's get into these. So you want to read out these first ones?
Yeah. Okay. This one says, I was waiting for the right one, but she won't come. Continue waiting or do what?
Now we can each take a little panel.
Yeah.
I have my personal. What do you think?
If she won't come, is she the right one?
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would wait for someone that doesn't obviously show any attention or want me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I say move along. You can't convince someone to like you. And I think, we're in this like sphere of like, obviously we talk entertainment too, but we do like relationships and dating and stuff like that. And in this sphere, I feel like there's a lot of like clickbait of like how to get her to like you or like how to do this to like somebody or, or like whatever it may be, some trick that you trick them into liking you or something like that. And I feel like that's all a bunch of BS. Like,
and agree, but like you also have to let things happen naturally. Like that's just weird if you like do a YouTube video of how to like, they're like do step 1, step 2, and you like proceed to do that.
Exactly.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Be yourself.
There's no tricks, and those people are doing it to convince you like to watch their video because they're making money from it.
Yeah.
Or trying to sell you some ebook or something like, or whatever it may be. I don't know what it may be, or some PowerPoint presentation or something. But it's like
I do have one different perspective on that, and I'm sure there is that category of like scams or people who don't provide valuable content. But I think there's also something to say about learning emotional intelligence and learning communication skills.
Absolutely.
How to treat someone, how to communicate with someone. So I'm someone whose weakness has always been like emotional intelligence because I'm like always the analytical brain. but I've learned so much over time just about communicating and learning how to express myself in different ways. Yeah. So I think there are things that we can improve on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's definitely room to improve always as an individual. Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for answering questions. Yeah. Keep sending advice questions. And this was really fun. I'm glad I met you. I didn't really know much about how you came to where you're at, and it's kind of cool. It makes me think a lot differently because I'm not as good as you. But but yeah, I had so much fun, and thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to stay updated and posted on all the advice and entertainment in LA relationships with Third Wheeling Podcast on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe, like, comment below too. Like, shoot us your questions. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know who we should have on next as well. Yeah. And yeah, thanks, Markian, for jumping on with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, later, guys.
Bye.